Now on 767 News, Prime Minister chairs historic OECS meeting in Martinique. Missing 14-year-old found after a 4-day investigation, and Dominica celebrates World Cancer Day with special focus on students. In sports, Canefield FC secures a first win in the DFA's Division 1 League. Welcome everyone, I'm Alicia George and you're watching 767 News. Stay tuned for the latest stories and developments happening across Dominica.
We're having a huge tax sale at Quartz, which means you can get great deals and save up to 60% off selected items across the store. Sale starts January 17th. Shop with cash or use ready finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Save big with up to 60% off at the Quartz January tax sale while stocks last. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Sunburst and High Five juices are bursting with flavor and happiness. Each can gushes with the flavor of the great taste of pure orange juice and the fruity flavors of the guava passion, pineapple, and cherry berry drink. And each drink delivers the happiness of a great price. Available in the convenient, easy open cans so that you can just pop the can and drink up. Quench your thirst with a full line of pure juices and fruit drinks. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, or just when you need a refreshing drink to keep you going, High Five and Sunburst juices and fruit drinks are a great choice. And because they are available from Astafans, you know they'll be priced right. Astafans, right place, right price.
Feel the power surging. Watch out them doors, them open. Lean back, feel the magical work of Appleton. Walk up on high and floating. Sorry, but I really can't help a gloating. I said lean back and feel the magical taste of Appleton. Appleton, come turn me on. Appleton, come walk up my body. Appleton, chase on love. Appleton, oh, I feel into party. Appleton, come turn me on. Appleton, walk up my body. Appleton, chase on none. Appleton, oh, I feel into party.
Welcome back. The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, history took a turn earlier this evening after the French territory of Martinique signed on as an associate member. Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit chaired the meeting in his capacity as chairman of the OECS. The signing took place at La Batelière in Fort-de-France, Martinique, during the opening ceremony of the 60th meeting of the OECS Authority. The inclusion of Martinique has increased the 9-member grouping to 10. Martinique's pending membership of the OECS follows a period of negotiations after the Regional Council of Martinique submitted a formal application for associate membership in the OECS with the full support and endorsement of the French government. The OECS Director General described the event as a very historical moment. The involvement of Martinique in the OECS, while there are limitations because of their status in relation to France, opens up great potential and certainly widens the demographics from an economic perspective, he said in a press release on Tuesday. The agenda for the 60th meeting of the OECS Authority will include an update on the implementation of the OECS Economic Union, the free circulation of goods, and issues on sports and healthy lifestyles. The 60th OECS Authority will also be updated on the work program for the OECS Commission. Prime Minister Skerrit, accompanied by His Excellency Felix Gregoire, Dominica's ambassador to the OECS, will attend the event. Honorable Minister for Planning, Economic Development and Investment, Dr. Colin McIntyre, will act as Prime Minister in his absence. And on Tuesday, Dominica recorded its second road fatality for 2015 following a vehicular accident with a civilian and a police officer. Police Public Relations Officer ASP Claude Wicks said the incident, which occurred at midday, resulted in the death of 64-year-old Angelina Anselm of Dubic.
The incident occurred along the Dubic to Public Road. the deceased Angelina Ansem, she was walking along that road on the left side of the road, while the motor vehicle, or rather a motorcycle, which was ridden by police constable Kenny Thomas, GA 537, and while he was approaching in the same area that the lady was walking, she seemed to have veered off from the left side, and then the collision took place.
Ansem, who suffered serious injuries as a result of the collision, was transported to the Granby Health Center and later to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where doctors worked tirelessly to save her life. Unfortunately, she succumbed to her injuries at approximately 2:05 p.m. on Tuesday. Officer Thomas suffered minor injuries from the incident.
On behalf of the Chief of Police, Mr. Daniel Carbon, the Deputy Commissioner, Gazetted Officers, and rank and file, I take this opportunity to condole with the family, my deepest condolences to the family and friends, relatives and friends, the inner and outer circles of Angelina Ansem, 64 years of Dubik. Indeed, we really regret this has happened. It is an accident, but nevertheless, a life has gone, a life has been taken, and from all reports, Angelina was a warm person, community person. In fact, one of the niece is a police officer, a police woman. So right across the board, on both sides of the fence, we are all indeed affected by the death of Angelina.
A post-mortem examination will be performed on the deceased, and a coroner's inquest will convene. Investigations into the fatality continues. In other stories, the Dominica Cancer Society, DCS, joined the international community in marking the observance of World Cancer Day, today, February 4th, 2015. World Cancer Day was celebrated under the theme, Not Beyond Us, highlighting that solutions for cancer care does exist and that they are within our reach. As part of the DCS's local campaign, they decided to focus on school children and early intervention. Everyone was encouraged to wear something purple in observance of World Cancer Day and to donate as much as they could. Public Relations Officer of the DCS, Delia Coffey Wicks, told 767 News that the public campaign will be articulated around 4 key areas, including choosing healthy lives, delivering early detection, achieving treatment for all, and maximizing quality of life.
We know that cancer is a chronic, non-communicable disease, meaning that if I have cancer and you associate with me, you're not going to get cancer because of that. But we know that there are many risk factors for cancer. In Dominica, we are lucky that screening for all forms of cancer is available at the health centers free of charge to men and women. We're now asking people to take advantage of that. Ladies, men, do your monthly breast self-exams. Ladies, go to the health centers and get your pap smears done. Men, go to the health centers and get your prostate test done. Because one of the things that we know is that early detection saves lives.
Coffey Wicks said the Cancer Society is playing its part in making treatment available for all, as it can become very expensive. A diagnosis of cancer, she said, does not mean that you have to live a miserable and painful life.
Not only the person who is diagnosed with cancer, but the other people around them suffer as well. And that is where the hospital support team and the Rosa support group are very integral in helping family members. When we share our stories, when we tell you that you are not alone, when we go out and look at what other support can we give to the children whose parent, the main breadwinner, is struck down with cancer, how can we assist to lighten the burden of that family? And people contribute in various ways.
World Cancer Day is an initiative of the Union for International Cancer Control, UICC, a leading international non-governmental organization that unites the cancer community to reduce the global cancer burden, to promote greater equity, and to integrate cancer control into the World Health and Development agenda. And the CIBC First Caribbean International Bank, FCIB, donated $6,000 to the Dominica Cancer Society in support of World Cancer Day today, Wednesday. Rona Lawrence, Business Support Officer at FCIB, presented the check to Kathleen Cornelius, President of the Dominica Cancer Society at the bank in Roseau. Funds were raised from the bank's Walk for the Cure initiative, which commenced 3 years ago across CIBC territory. Lawrence said this year over US $1 million was raised through the initiative.
3 years ago, the bank implemented an initiative called Walk for the Cure, whereby every territory that CIBC operates would raise funds towards the local cancer society. And it has been a very interesting initiative. It has been very productive because over the years, I think this year we raised over $1 million US in the region in total. And this morning we are here to make our contribution to our local cancer society for the efforts of staff and our corporate sponsors.
After accepting the donation, Kathleen Cornelius, President of the Dominica Cancer Society, said the funds would go a long way in assisting cancer patients on island. She said currently 4 women are in Guyana seeking cancer treatment.
For many of these women, they are currently unemployed. So these funds are going to go directly towards these women, and it's going to assist us in providing much needed treatment for these 4 persons.
Lawrence said this year the bank is hoping to have a lot more activities like cake sales and barbecues to raise more funds for cancer patients. The bank also made a donation of tissue paper and soap to the Princess Margaret Hospital. Clayton Bryan, Acting Health Service Coordinator at the PMH, accepted the donation on behalf of the hospital. Missing 14-year-old found after 4 days of police investigation. More when 767 News returns.
Welcome to Court's Digital World, where we have the widest range of digital products from the world's best brands, televisions, tablets, laptop computers, mobile phones, and much more. Connect, explore, engage.
Introducing the Ashley Collection at Courts. Courts has joined with Ashley Furniture, the #1 selling home furnishings brand in America, to bring you the most extraordinary furniture selection at unbeatable prices. It's now easier than ever before to find that perfect furniture piece for your home. And what's more, you can add that special touch with the right accent piece from our range of designer accessories from Ashley. Create the perfect look for your home with the Ashley Collection at Courts. Courts, bringing value home. Visit the new Ashley Gallery at our Roseau store.
Thanks for staying with us. 4 days after 14-year-old Chanel Xavier of Loubier was reported missing, the teen returned home on Tuesday. Xavier left home on January 30th at 10:30 p.m. to purchase ramen noodles in a shop, according to her younger brother. Police Public Relations Officer ASP Claude Wicks told 767 News Xavier arrived at her home at about 8 p.m.
She seemed to be intact. There seemed not to be any visible marks or any forms of distress or violence upon her. But that we are not taken for granted. We are continuing our investigations. We have set up and we are collaborating with the Welfare Division and our police officers, female police officers, and other agencies to work with her to finding really and truly what is happening with this young 14-year-old.
ASP Weeks said there is a lot that could have happened to Xavier during the time she was missing, and as such, they will investigate to ascertain exactly what happened and why.
It is in this regard that the police department, along with the welfare division and others, and her family as well, to work with her so that this does not continue. Like I said, given all of the things that's happening in the world and the rise in sexual abuse, domestic abuse, and other forms of abuse, it is important that this young lady and other ladies are protected, because here it is, she's a first former, she has her school career to continue to develop, and it's important as well that the family unit, this family of this young lady, to get on board, to work with the law enforcement agencies and and the social welfare so that we can bring some stability to this young lady.
ASP Wick said this is important so Xavier can grow to be a positive asset for Dominica. He noted parents must do all in their power to protect their children.
Families, particularly the nuclear family, the primary family, they have a responsibility as well. We have to be quote-unquote aggressive towards the protection of our children. We must jealously guard them. So while we have to give them latitude, we have got to be flexible. We've got to extend love and so on, but love with discipline. Love to guide them and nurture them. Because at the end of the day, if a 14-year-old girl or 13-year-old girl or boy too, because it can happen to a boy, it's not only girls who run away. It makes it difficult and it's hurting for the family. Other agencies, including the school, everybody in Dominica would be worried about a 14-year-old girl who is missing, who has just gone missing. And we just can't sit like that. All of us in this country, just as we say, tourism is everybody's business, and this is everybody's business, so too, essentially, similarly, our young people are valuable gems. They are precious gifts that must be protected.
The senior police officer said they will continue to investigate the matter. And being diagnosed with cancer is not a death sentence, says President of the Dominica Cancer Society, Kathleen Cornelius, as Dominica observed the World Cancer Day on Wednesday. World Cancer Day aims to save millions of preventable deaths annually by raising awareness and education about the disease and demanding that governments and individuals take action.
I always tell the public that I am proof that early intervention is what saves life. A cancer diagnosis is not a death diagnosis. However, cancer needs to be detected at an early age so that the necessary treatments can be administered. So most times you hear persons succumbing to the disease, it's as a result of late intervention. So at the Dominica Cancer Society, our watchword remains early intervention saves lives. And this is what we want to tell the Dominican public.
Cornelius said no one is immune to cancer, hence the collaborative approach in education and other areas to combat the disease.
As a society, we acknowledge that if we are to impact the next generation, we must begin with this generation. Cancer is preventable, and in order for persons to become more aware of cancer in Dominica, we are today trying to impact our youth. The youth are speaking out this morning, and they are telling persons that cancer is not beyond them, that if we take proactive measures as a society from a very tender age, we are able to combat cancer at all levels.
We know that many people, especially teachers these days, are coming down with the cancer. We do not know what is going on, but it is a way of having our children aware that something is happening and they need to pay attention to that. They have parents, they have aunties, they have uncles, so it's a way that children can go home and tell their parents what's going on, so parents themselves can look about themselves very early. We understand that cancer is curable once it is detected very early, so therefore we know that children can pass messages.
Detouche added each student was asked to bring in a cash donation which will be collected and donated to the Dominica Cancer Society to aid in treatment for cancer patients. The students of the Convent Preparatory also joined in the observation of cancer by wearing lilac pins and ribbons.
I'm Kenisa Robinson and I'm wearing lilac and purple because I'm not too young to fight against cancer, so I'm trying to help because my auntie has passed because of breast cancer. My both aunties actually, so I'm trying to fight against it.
The annual Old Mass and Sensei Festival is going on as we speak this year in the community of Dalis. Performances from Sakis, Sugarfire, Gutter, Newtown, and Dalis Lapokabwit bands, Sensei Masters, Wazingwabi Sensei, Senju Dalis and Dubla Sensei bands, Kwaliho and Laplin Band Move, Carnival Corner, Africulture, and the Kalinago Tet Mass Group forms tonight's festival. The festival began at the Dalis Junction and concluded at the Carib Junction, where real Old Mass style performances will take place. According to a press release from Cultural Projects Officer Gregory Rabes, the event is aimed at documenting, preserving, and promoting traditional masquerade and provides an opportunity for locals and visitors alike to see the various types of traditional costumes and band in one venue. The Old Mass and Sensei Festival is held in a different community each year and is organized by the National Cultural Council and the Division of Culture in collaboration with the host village. And that's it for local news. The latest in sports news is coming up next with Larry, so stay tuned.
Digicel Play wishes to advise all customers of ongoing upgrade works on our network across Dominica. We are aware that some customers may be experiencing interruptions in their service. Please be informed that the ongoing works will be carried out over the next few months as we upgrade to the next generation of broadband technology. As such, we apologize for any inconvenience caused. Our technical team will attempt to reduce any outages to a minimum. We thank you, our customers, for your patience and look forward to launching new products to Dominica over the coming months.
Every time I complain to my mother, she made me feel that I was the offender. If bus driver is to go to jail, who's going to pay the school fee for Sammy and Gail? You don't know, sir, you don't know. So if you see me acting like I am really strange, is the frustration and the pain, sir, taking a toll on my brain? You don't know, you don't know. You don't know.
At Beacon Insurance, we let you choose your own motor coverage. The price, you choose. The benefits, you choose. And it's available online all day, every day. Log on to beacon.co.tt and choose the most affordable way to insure your car today. Beacon, switched on.
Good evening and welcome to 767 Sports. In tonight's coverage, we begin with football. Kenfield FC registered their first win for the season after 2 matches when the action continued on Tuesday evening in the 2015 Dominica Football Association's Division 1 League. Playing at the Bath Estate playing field, they defeated Starring and Son St. Joseph by 7 goals to 1. Dexter Williams and Anthony Marshall found the back of the net twice, while Jocelyn Coffey, Jay Marcel, and Keishon Marshall all scored 1 goal. Kevin George scored the lone goal for St. Joseph. In cricket, re-elected Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Cricket Association, DCA Mervyn Paul, is urging all cricket teams and clubs to ensure they adequately organize for the timely dissemination of scores following cricket games on the island. He said this is one of the challenges of his position as Public Relations Officer of the association.
One will well understand that you have to rely on the generosity of teams and club members because cricket is being played simultaneously across the island. And so sometimes the only difficulty experience is getting the scores from people on time to give it to the media. But in terms of reporting on matters pertaining to cricket, that comes easily. Public relations is pretty much one of my strengths. So it's not difficult to report it. The difficulty is to really get the scores in on time from the people who you have to rely on, who do it on a voluntary basis.
Paul said the DCA has begun discussing this matter with the clubs and teams to realize significant improvement for the soon-to-begin 2015 cricket season. And in more sports, newly installed West Indies one-day captain Jason Holder has been given a boost ahead of his World Cup campaign after jumping 18 places in the latest International Cricket Council's one-day international player rankings. The 23-year-old seamer snatched 8 wickets in the recent 5-match series against South Africa and has risen to a career-best 41st in the latest rankings announced on Tuesday. He finished with a best of 4 for 53 in the 4th ODI, which West Indies won by a wicket with 9 balls to spare. That victory was their only one of the series as they lost 4-1. Champion off-spinner Sunil Narine, who recently ruled himself out of the World Cup to continue remedial work on his action, remains second in the bowlers' rankings, headed by Pakistan off-spinner Saeed Ajmal. Narine is the only West Indies bowler in the top 20, with fast bowler Kemar Roach lying in the 23rd position. Meanwhile, all-rounder Andre Russell has also made good movement in the batting rankings, jumping 18 spots to 54th. Marlon Samuels is ranked the highest West Indies batsman at 40th. And that's it for tonight's sportscast. Tune in again tomorrow for more sports news.
That was Larry with the latest in sports. Now for a recap of tonight's headlines. Prime Minister chairs historic OECS meeting in Martinique. Missing 14-year-old found after a 4-day investigation. Dominica celebrates World Cancer Day with a special focus on students. In sports, Canefield FC secures first win in the DFA's Division 1 League. And that's all the time we have for tonight. Drop us an email at media@767news.dm. Friend us on Facebook and be sure to like our 767 News page. From all of us on the 767 News production team, I'm Alicia George, wishing you a wonderful evening and thanks for watching.